welcome to vlog 1 of Vlogmas, where I'm going to vlog every week for the entire month of December. Hello, I'm your Gingy. This is Ginger Books, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a continuing watcher or subscriber. And of course, if you have been watching my videos and haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button and that bell notification so you are notified when I post. I post fun bookish content like this under Ginger Books, or fun Sims content under Ginger Snaz Gaming 19 every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So hello everybody, it is now December. Like, how did we end up here? Like, it feels like since like July, everything has been just on fast forward. But hello, we are here. It is December 5th. So one thing I did want to talk about, and why you might be wondering where the Crescent City Book 1 House of Earth and Blood vlog went. I scratched it. The reason why is because I tried reading it a week before Thanksgiving and then during Thanksgiving, and that was just way too busy, and I'm still kind of learning of where my limitations for time is and saying no even to myself that I can do stuff when I'm busy. I have a hard time telling myself no and others no of taking on multiple projects at the same time. So at this point, I had to tell myself that this was not a good quality video to put out there. And again, kind of following that overall goal for the channel of putting out quality and not quantity, I decided to scratch it. However, we are going to be reading the second book in one of these vlogs. Pretty sure it's going to be this week, but I'm not 100% sure. Because this week, I'm not really terribly busy. Other than I have just Lions meeting like usual, bells like usual, and the Christmas tree walk starts at the museum this weekend. But I only have to do one day out of this weekend. So, not too terribly busy. We are going to be reading it. And let me go grab the book. So, the Crescent City Book 2 is The House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. And it looks like it must have Hunt on the front cover. Or somebody. But obviously it's an angel because that's part of the house. But I do have a review of House of Earth and Blood on, I think I posted it last week, or when does this video come out? 2 weeks ago. So just to let you guys know that there is something out there that I wanted to make sure I put out, like a review video or something of me talking about the book, because I absolutely enjoyed it. So it was definitely a 5 out of 5 stars for me as a read, as well as it's in contingency, or it's up there and kind of battling for first place of my favorite book of the year for 2022 with Kingdom of the Feared. So, and it may get to the point where it's just going to be a tie because both of those books just blew my socks off. Let's just say that. It rocked my world. So, I'm hoping this one is just as great, because from what people I've been seeing in reviews is she literally takes the first book and just keeps morphing it into something bigger. So bigger dramatic plot twists, bigger reveals, and just, I mean, out of nowhere, just hitting you blindsided type reveals. And the tension. Even though she did say that there is one activity in this book that there's a lot more of than there was in the first book. Because, let me tell you, I was anticipating it just because, well, in the first book of A Court of Thorns and Roses series, A Court of Thorns and Roses, this one said action was done twice. And then throughout the rest of the series, except for book 2, there was a huge tension leading up to that one activity. Then throughout the rest of the series, it's literally almost every 4 chapters. I was expecting it in this one, because I guess I listened to a review that technically I didn't look at the comments below it saying, don't lie, there's a lot of tension, but there's not enough action. So, with this said activity. I'm not saying what said activity it is because I don't want YouTube to get you mad at me. So, and it's a lot more of it in this one. As well as the way the book ends. And I thank the Lord that I guess in 2023 we are getting a book 3 from this series instead of a continuation of the sequel series in the Court of Thorns and Roses universe. But in a way, it almost plays into each other, and it's really interesting. And why Sarah J. Maas is becoming one of my top 3 favorite authors is because she's kind of like Cassandra Clare with her multi-different series inside the same universe, and how they just all just morph in together and play off of each other. And it almost feels like what Sarah J. Maas is going to do Yes, I spoiled myself of the ending, and that's the reason why I'm saying that. But I'm still going to read it anyways, because I want to see what happens. But that's probably our reading plans, probably for this vlog and maybe the next vlog, because I know I'm not going to get this finished in 1 week. There's no way. It's pretty much our TBR book to at least get done this month. Also, I will not be sticky tabbing note this because I feel like that's what really kind of took forever, because I write notes as well as sticky tab when I annotate books, and I really just don't want to spend the money right now since I'm buying a whole bunch of Christmas gifts and everything to purchase a paperback version of this book and do that. Again, it'll just take way too much time, like I've been saying, and so I'm just going to read it for first reactions, that's all. So if there is something, I may underline it so that I can sticky tab and go back later, but which is also leads to another thing that, you know, obviously I'll have to read it for a second time, so I can't. Excuses to read it. But so currently I'm working. I just got some paperwork, kind of office stuff done, but I'm currently going to be getting ready to go to the museum because I have to bring some of the trees up from the basement since we had a wedding this weekend and put them upstairs for our Christmas tree walk, as well as bring up some undecorated trees so that they can be up and be decorated. So gonna go do that here shortly, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me so you can see what I'm gonna do. So let's head to the church. Hi everybody, it's a little bit later. Sorry, I was going to take you guys with me to the church to move the Christmas trees around. However, I wasn't a little happy about the state of the church the way it was left from the wedding, so I didn't want to show you guys how upset I was. However, some miscommunication because for some reason the cell phone that we have our off-season number on didn't alert me that there was a call. So there was a voicemail explaining some of the things of what happened and why they were left the way they were, because I guess the person who was technically in charge of or on the contract rental got called into work today. Wasn't planning on getting called into work. So I do understand that. It's happened to me. I've had emergencies, and I completely get why some things were moved around the way they were, even though I told them to call me, but that is completely fine. It is completely understandable. At least they left 3 important trees alone. That's all that matters. But I'm back at home, and I went and picked up the last round of gifts. They're gift certificates, and I am officially done with Christmas. I do have a package today that is coming in with a couple of Secret Santa gifts, as well as the finishing up my friend that lives up north that has my 2 horses. Her last gift comes in today for her gift set. And then there's, I think, a couple of more things that are going to be coming in. Actually, no, my friend is not completely finished because there's one thing that could take until January to get here. That is okay. I'm already counting that as not one of her presents she's going to get for opening gifts. That's just going to be whenever it shows up. So then I only have like one more thing that will officially be here this week coming in, and that is for my friend's mom, who actually was one of the previous co-owners of My Mare Fancy. So, and I'm done. Other than my fiance, it's a big gift from me, which is to get him a new cell phone because he really needs one. And my big gift from him to me, we're pretty much done. So thank the heavens, because I wanted all of this to be done by the 12th so we didn't have to worry, and the big gifts can come anytime. It doesn't matter. So just one of my big goals, finally less stress on my shoulders of all the chaos that I have to deal with in projects this month. But anyways, I figured I would pop in and explain. Sorry about that. So currently I'm back at home. I had lunch with my mother because it's her birthday, so I treated her to Dairy Queen here. And yeah, so I'm going to make these gift certificates out to the people that they go to and stick them on the tree. And then pretty much done with work for the day. So I don't know what else to do other than we could go start reading, or I could go play Pokemon because I have Pokemon Violet. We'll see. I'll pop back in, obviously, with what we're doing next. everybody, it is Wednesday at like 2:16 in the afternoon, so hello. Of me not vlogging very much. But you know, sometimes that's how my days go. But I wanted to pop on here and open my Book of the Month box. I'm not an affiliate, but I do purchase books pretty much every month and pay for the monthly subscription. So this is my Book of the Month for December, and it is All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham, because this is the only one that really seemed interesting this month. Now, I don't always get a book every month, just because if something doesn't catch my eye or seem interesting, I don't. So, but this one was definitely interesting, about a mother and her child. Her child gets taken from the crib, and this mother is pretty much on a warpath to figure out what happened to her child. So, thought it was kind of up my alley. So that is for December 2022, and most Book of the Month boxes of whichever one is your Book of the Month, on the hardcover it has the stamp and what month and year you got the book. So this morning was very interesting. I had every intention to actually vlog. I really did. Because I had things to do at the museum and figured I would take you guys along with me. But so that didn't go as planned, because out of nowhere, a little tool light that said C manual popped up on my car, and I went, what the heck? So I looked at my manual, and it turns out it's something, there's a fault in my all-wheel drive or powertrain, and I need to see a certified dealer immediately, or mechanic. And I'm like, huh? Because one, I don't have powertrain because it's not four-wheel drive. I also don't have all-wheel drive. So the only thing I could think of, it was going off of my traction control. And it had popped on after my traction control engaged, slipping on ice on, I think, Monday. After coming back from dropping off my fiance at work. My shifter actually acted up. I have a rotary dial shifter. Because most 2017 Fusions have that. And it actually locked to the point where I couldn't get it into reverse or park. It only would go into neutral and drive. The only way I could get it out of it was to put it in neutral, shut it off, and hope and pray that it would start. Because if it gets left in neutral, sometimes it won't start. Well, it started, and it went back to park, and ever since then I hadn't had any issue until now when the light popped back on. So I took it to a local mechanic that my family has been going to for years, for like tire service and everything, because that's one of the things my father doesn't do. He said that I told him what happened, and instantly he asked, is it a Fusion? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's actually very common in the dial shifters and the Fusions. And I'm like, oh, so he proceeded to tell me that if my traction control is on longer than like a minute or so, sometimes it glitches my rotary dial out. And that's why I had that issue. And he says it's most likely this issue. So he saw the code, he reset it. He said it's probably the shifter glitch issue that it went off. Well, I went to back out and it popped back on. And so I told him, sorry, somebody messaged me. So he told me that he says your car is completely fine to drive even if the sensor was on. Or the sensor was throwing a code. He said he's going to look into it. He's pretty sure what's probably happening because of the mileage on my car is that the sensor feet or whatever inside my rotary dial is most likely what's causing the issue. It's probably wearing down to the point where you might need to replace them. And you said this is your primary driving car, right? And I'm like, yes, it's actually our only car right now. And he's like, it probably doesn't surprise me, and it is going out. But the light did turn off after a couple of times of a couple of errands I had to run. And when I got out of the grocery store to get groceries, it didn't come back on. So, but the mechanic's going to look into it and see if he can get a part ordered so he can get it fixed. So I'm, knock on wood, with that superstition that it's just that needs to be replaced. I did look on just to see how much that would cost, or even just the whole unit would cost, and it doesn't look like it would cost a whole lot. Like $170 to replace actually the whole unit, rotary dial shifter. So I'm like, okay, so that means the detail part should not be as expensive, but we will see. As I said, my family has gone to this mechanic for years, and I just was really happy that he literally was just like, yeah, just let me do it real quick here. I'm like, okay, because I like showed up unannounced, just because I was a little worried with that light on. So, but anyways, so that's how my morning went, and I didn't realize last night was a full moon, and today is the cold moon, which is one of the brightest moons in December. So that means it's another full moon night, and it explains why the energy's been weird. I've had a headache, and just weird stuff has been happening. So it's like, and I say weird because it's not bad. Not always particularly a good surprise, but it's just weird. So anyways, I'm currently in my office. I have gotten the stuff done that I wanted to do today, even though I wanted to get the newsletter started to print off, but I forgot I need to add two things to add to it. And at this point, I'm kind of half tempted to wait till next week so that I can actually get it out on like Tuesday. Because the only reason why I wanted to get it out this week is because we do have the Christmas tree walk, but I figured Christmas tree walk is also next weekend, as well as our Christmas open house, and making sure that everybody that gets the mailed newsletter will get it. And we have a good majority in our town. It only takes 1 or 2 days to get it. So if I can try to at least have it printed off and in envelopes, and a good chunk of them mailed out on Monday and the rest Tuesday morning, I should be fine. So, and I do plan on emailing it out on the 9th, so people with the email will get it first. So, yesterday I didn't really read much. I actually was kind of busy because I had Lions Club meeting yesterday that ran until about 8:30, and then I came home and decided I just wanted to watch a movie. So I watched the, is it The Proposal or A Proposal? With Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. That was so cute. I loved that movie. I know I'm late to the ball game because that movie's been out forever, but you know what? Whatever. So, and now today I got a few things done, and also talked to my collections manager who was there decorating trees that I asked if she would decorate since she had the, decorations. Talking to her how everything's gonna go, and yeah, so I'm pretty much done with really immediate work that I needed to get done. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start editing Sims video for tomorrow. I started filming for Sims videos next week, so I can get those edited as well. Tomorrow there's supposed to be a wintry snow mix that's supposed to hit midday and last until Friday morning, so I'm probably gonna not have a whole lot to do because I'm not going to go anywhere, especially if my car's acting up, besides just to take my fiance to work and come pick him up, even though I'm pretty sure my father, who is the plant manager out there where my fiance works, is probably going to have to take him home. Because depending on how bad the roads are and if my car is acting up, I really don't want my traction control to kick on and then have the shifter glitch again. So even though I got told even if we fix the sensor issue, it could still randomly glitch, which, yay for me. But anyway, so let's get to editing. And by the way, I am going to edit and I will be eating lunch, so if you see me occasionally eating, that's why. So I guess it's going to be like a montage of me doing a mukbang while eating, I guess. Or did I just say mukbang while eating? Mukbang while editing, if people do that anymore. Anyways. reasons, and reason why you haven't been seeing like me vlogging in the car, just because one, my stand doesn't work, and plus it's really not safe, and I don't promote using your phone while driving. But I'm parked in, or I should say I'm in the drive-through line for the Dairy Queen in my town, because I'm getting a quart of ice cream, because yeah, love that. Loved it since high school, that I can get a quart of vanilla soft serve ice cream. And also cheese curds. I don't know why. I just felt in the mood for that. I'm just in a really great mood, and that's what I wanted. So this person was taking forever in front of me to like order, and they just gave like their Blizzard back. That maybe it was the wrong one. I don't know. Was there a hair in it? I don't know. But they just got a new one. So I figured I would pop in. I plan on going home, eating my snacks, obviously, and obviously I'm not going to eat the whole quart of ice cream, even though I have once regretted it later when my stomach did the upsetty rumbles. I do plan on wanting to read a little bit, so to end the vlog for today, and then I'll edit this one tomorrow. And then we'll start a whole new one. I really am excited for this upload schedule because I think it's just going to be a lot more doable than a whole week's worth. Because I feel like every time I do a whole week's worth, I forget to vlog all the time. But when I do it in shorter spurts, it seems better as long as I'm not super busy. So we're going to read a little bit more. I don't know how long I will read, but because I also do want to play Pokemon, because I did buy Pokemon Violet on Sunday and I feel like I haven't played much of it and I want to play it. So yeah. Also, I didn't realize I did not upload my Sims video on last Thursday, so I have some uploading to do as well, so whoopsie. But anyways, I am going to let you guys go for now and insert a reading montage.